Because economies and societies are being rapidly transformed by technology. Digital skills are becoming essential to the jobs of today and tomorrow. One of the greatest challenges that we face is ensuring that everyone has access to the skills and the knowledge that they need to succeed. So it's an honor for me to present to you Sylvie Laffarge, or Sylvie Laffarge. She will take us into the future where everyone will have the opportunity to achieve more. Well, hopefully. Welcome, Sylvie.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. So nice to be in a crowd where everybody actually understands what philanthropy is and I don't have to justify myself. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished colleagues and friends of philanthropy, I thought I'd start by saying a few words of introduction and a little bit of background about myself. So my name is Sylvie Laffarge, and I have the privilege of overseeing Microsoft's philanthropy investments across Europe. Prior to my tenure at Microsoft, I ran the Walt Disney Company philanthropy portfolio in the same continent. It's only with time and actually experience that I realized how much these two companies shared in common. An emblematic founder, a robust heritage, a large international employee base, and a diverse employee base, a bedrock of closely knit relationships and long-standing partnerships with hundreds of key NGO partners, but most of all, very similar values of philanthropy. Those in the room today, from my generation, who spanned from a world without internet to a world with internet, will understand and know exactly firsthand, have witnessed the changes technology has made in our lives, but also in the field of philanthropy. We are definitely at the dawn of a fourth revolution, as it's often mentioned. Historically, similar milestones have sort of beat the drum of the first industrial revolution, when steam power gave way to engines, when electricity was invented, or even during the third revolution. This has made major changes in our lives. Especially when we talk about connected, you know, the whole summer story about connected cars and autonomous cars, 3D printing, Internet of Things, blockchains, and recently about what was mentioned as artificial intelligence. Many opportunities are raising ahead of us, promising a brighter future, but we should also consider that every opportunity brings challenges. When people are able to use and create technology, it can lead to higher paying jobs, entrepreneurial opportunities, entrepreneurial opportunities for men and women, I should mention, and a better quality of life. But when it doesn't, it has the potential of disrupting established businesses, careers, and also lives. So we embrace the challenge at Microsoft of ensuring that everyone has access to the power, but also the potential of technology. Right now, over half the people on the planet lack the basic IT skills and knowledge that would enable them to actually participate in the new digital economy. And this was mentioned, I'm sure, all day. With inequalities most pronounced in, of course, marginalized but also impoverished communities. As a result, billions of people are at risk of being excluded from social economic opportunities of the future, and society as a whole is at risk of missing its collective potential. Now, at Microsoft, especially in philanthropy, we believe that technology can be a force for social and economic inclusion, and we're working to create that kind of a future where people have actually access to the benefits it provides and the opportunities it will undoubtedly create. We are going with three guiding principles: empower people, investing in communities, and advancing systemic change. So economies and industries are being rapidly transformed, and we heard it in the last debate here, in the last panel. And the digital skills piece is becoming an essential part of the jobs of today and the jobs that are going to happen tomorrow, of which we know actually very little. Microsoft is helping nonprofits, and that's most of what philanthropy means in our company, and schools to build their capacity and offer computer science, working to bring digital skills to every person through our policy, advocacy, and curriculum development. Last year in Europe, through our Youth Spark program, helping children to interact with coding, we reached 1 million of these young people. So investing in communities is important. Creating opportunities for individuals also means empowering communities with the tools and the resources to support all of their citizens, particularly those, of course, who are at the risk of being left behind. So this includes helping nonprofit organizations upscale and modernize their own IT structure and infrastructure and use technology to further their missions. In early 2016, Microsoft Philanthropies announced committing to donating $1 billion in cloud computing resources over 3 years, helping 70,000 nonprofits to develop and build their capacity. We've reached the goal actually a year early. We've seen nonprofits use the cloud and do amazing things, and we've seen the potential of them of having a bigger impact. But we're also proud that over the last year, we've had the opportunity to nurture partnerships with more than hundreds and hundreds of nonprofits and scale their own societal impact. We also have a role in advancing systemic change. Microsoft is part of a diverse group of stakeholders that includes businesses, NGOs, policymakers, and community leaders, hopefully unions too, who are committed to advancing a future that will be for everyone. Together, we're working to ensure that people have the skills and resources they need to thrive in this new economy, and that our impact on individuals and communities gets translating into long-term systemic change. Addressing these changes will require a long-term view, and it is complex, and a systemic approach is needed. Because Microsoft is positioned at the heart of this transforming digital economy, we have an opportunity, but more of an obligation, to leverage our strength and assets to foster collective action on this issue. We're applying our resources and assets to advance this mission and drive greater impact. We also use our voice and our platform to spotlight and prompt actions on key challenges to digital inclusion and to amplify advocacy efforts to change policy on these issues. I know I'm mindful of time, so my parting thought really would be, of course, that we collectively in this room have all the precious opportunity to make that change, but it needs to be a collective effort, and more so, we have a responsibility to act. I would like to express my gratitude to Matthias for calling me here, but really to Roger and his team for inviting me, and I would like to thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Sylvie. I have just one question. I was thinking, is there some sort of multi-stakeholder partnership where Microsoft is having discussions or dialogue with, like the global deal that we heard before?
Yes, and this is actually a discussion we was having with the gentleman from with the unions, Mr. Torvaldsen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We do. We are in several coalitions. We are part of the GAN organization, which is a global network of apprenticeship. We've signed the charter for apprenticeship and internships. We are part of the Alliance for Youth. We do quite a bit of advocacy work in Brussels with other stakeholders, part of the Coalition for Digital Jobs. So yeah, we are actually seeking these. None of these companies can do this on their own. So we're actually seeking the collaboration of other companies, tech and non-tech, in order to advance that kind of those kind of programs and initiatives.
Wonderful. It's so good to hear that such a global company like Microsoft is actually also engaged and maybe in the front line of such collaboration and dialogue with other sectors
Yes.
and other companies.
Tech sectors and non.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
and
having
good
me.
luck
Thank
in
you.
your work.